Hi guys, Steph here. Now what we've got for you today is an absolutely stunning pen. This is actually one of my favourite pen manufacturers. It's one of my favourite pens. It's the Onoto the pen, made by Rue and Company Limited of London. Now this model is the Onoto 6234. As we'll show you in a moment, it's a plunger filler. Now some people come back and give me some comments saying, hey, it's a piston filler. Well, call it what you want. I call these plunger filler fountain pens. As I say, it's the Onoto 6234. I've actually already shown you a similar pen with different trims, so if you're interested in that, you'll have to scroll through all the videos and take a look at that particular one. These came in numerous different trim. They came in different pearl colours. This one is in this gorgeous, what I term as classic black. It's got this lovely sort of chased pattern on it. You can see it's a barley corn pattern that runs throughout the pen. I actually feel, or I actually believe, or I think these pens are absolutely gorgeous, superb manufactured, superb quality, beautiful pens. If we take you up to the cap there, you can see on this model it has the large gold filled cap band to the bottom of the cap there. If we take you to the very recognizable Onoto clip, let's give you a sideways view there, and this is what we term as the Chevron Clip. As it says there, you can see some sort of chevron patterns to the clip, and to the very top there you can see the I think is it TLD, is it, for Thomas Delarue, to the very top there. And to the very top of the pen you've got this black cap or cap stud to the very top. Now this pen, it came to me, well, it was actually in pretty good condition, but it had some issues which I've sorted out. I've given it an absolutely full service. It's been totally disassembled. We've put a new plunger washer inside with a backing washer. We've renewed the cork seals to the end of the barrel. We've cleaned the feed, we've cleaned the nib. Basically we've given it a full restoration. It's absolutely beautiful. Let's show you the imprint on the barrel, and if we keep it nice and still for you, you'll see it says there nice and clearly Onoto the pen, and then underneath it's got Rue and Company Limited, London. As we said, this one is a plunger filler. So what we're going to do, let's take the cap off like so. Let's give it a few little twirls. As I say, these are my favourite pens, my favourite pens to work on. I've actually got a couple of these in my collection. I've already got this particular one in my collection, so somebody's going to be very lucky and be the proud owner of this particular pen. So if we take you to the section, you can see on these models they've got a very long tapered section to the top there with this slight lip to the very top of the section. Now let's keep it nice and still so we can show you the nib. I don't know if it actually shows up on the video, but this particular pen has got the correct nib. It's actually a two-tone, they call it a platinized two-tone nib. You may notice the very top of the nib there, it's sort of a silver colour, and the rest is obviously gold. The imprint, as you can read, it says Rue Onoto, 14 carat, London, and as you can see to the bottom there, it's actually the very nice and quite a large number 5 nib. Let's show you a sideways version. Absolutely lovely. And let's turn it round, show you the feed underneath there. A very classic and very standard Onoto feed to the back of the nib there. All in all, absolutely stunner. Incidentally, one thing I've just not actually mentioned to you, it's a lovely size from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel. a lovely 137 millimeters capped. Around the barrel it's a nice chunky 11 millimeters in diameter, so it's a lovely size pen, absolutely beautiful. Okay, as we've said, we've fully restored it, we've fully serviced it. It's an absolutely beauty of a pen. As we said, it's a plunger filler, which means what we do, we simply unscrew the plunger knob to the end there, as far as it'll go, and what we do, we simply pull out the plunger like so. To fill this particular pen, some people believe it actually fills by pulling the plunger. That is not the case. What we do, we dip the nib in the ink, and what we'll do, we'll simply, it's a bit difficult to do at arm's reach, we just simply press down on the plunger, and in effect what happens is the rubber plunger inside, which is flush with the barrel inside, obviously goes down to the bottom, and it creates a vacuum behind the washer. And once the washer enters an area near the end here, which is bigger than the inside of the barrel, obviously it then takes in ink into the barrel. Another beautiful thing about these pens, they take loads and loads of ink. So as we said, a plunger filler, we pull out the plunger, and I don't know if you can actually hear it, you can hear a slight popping noise there, which indicates to me it should be in perfect working order. It should be. So as we always do, let's test it live here on the on this video. So actually what I'll do, let me just get a little bit of tissue to the side. So we dip the ink in the nib into the ink, press down in one push on the plunger. Okay, I didn't keep it in too long, it's only for a writing sample, but what you would have heard, and what we do is simply screw back this plunger knob like so. What you would have heard is all a bubbling and a sort of popping noise as the plunger hits the bottom, or should I say the top of the barrel. Let's bring on some paper. Now again, I've mentioned it in other videos, the nice thing about these pens, they've got what they term as a shutoff mechanism or valve inside here. So once you fill the pen and then screw it back as far as it goes, what we do then, we just simply give it a half turn backwards, and what that will do, will open inside, and it regulates the ink flow to the nib. So let's test it and let's see how it writes. So what we've got is a Onoto. As we said, this is the 6234, and as I said, it is a plunger filler. This one's writing in a lovely fine line. Let's write some numbers for you. It's writing very nicely, as you would expect from this particular pen and this particular nib. If we put a little bit of pressure on, you can see we're getting just a slight amount of variation. It's not a fully flexed nib, although it is allowing us to just a little bit of variation in the line. Okay, so let's show you the writing sample. As you can see, on the downward stroke we can get a slightly broader line. On the cross stroke it's fine, but all in all I'd say the pen is writing with a fine line and writing very nicely. So let's put that to one side. So there we have it. Incidentally, as we said, it's a lovely size pen, a lovely, very comfortable pen to hold. As in the words of another of my colleagues, I've got large hands, and as you can see within my hands it's fitting very nice and very comfortably. Incidentally, once you've actually filled the pen, you've used it and you want to pop it away until you use it again, what you would do, you would simply turn the knob again as far as it'll go, and in effect that will actually shut off the ink the ink valve or the ink system inside there, so hopefully preventing any leakage. But what I'm going to do at this point, I'm going to simply, well, let's pop it inside like so. I'm actually going to unscrew the plunger, draw it all the way out and press it back in to expel any ink that's inside there. Now, I've actually shown you this before, but what I'm actually going to try and do is just show you how the pen actually works. So what I'm going to do is expel the plunger as far as it'll go. We've got a little bit of water in a bowl on a little, let's bring a bowl here. We've got a little bit of water here, so now if I press down on the plunger, let's bring it a little bit closer so you can see what's happening. So I'm going to press down now. Okay, and as you can see there, I'm actually leaving it in for a few seconds this time to actually fill the pen to full capacity. Now I'm hoping you could also see there before all the bubbling that is actually going on, which is precisely what we want to see and what we want to hear, because that means everything is working hunky-dory. So what I'm going to do now is bring on this bowl. I'm going to pull out the plunger knob like so, and what I'm going to do is let's push down on the plunger again. Okay, and look at all that ink there that this pen holds. Okay, I mean the exact sort of milliliters, how much it is, I've no idea, but all I do know is that the beautiful thing about these pens is they hold a lot of ink. The whole barrel tends to fill with ink. So let's just do it again for you. Let's bring it a little bit closer so you can see it. So what I'm going to do there, let's move my fingers so you can see it nice and clearly, and I'm going to press down on the plunger now. Okay, so once again we could see lots of bubbling, we could hear this lovely sort of popping noise, and I'm leaving it in for a few seconds. Okay, so I think that will do us. So let's pop that to one side again. Let's bring on the bowl once again. We're going to pull on the plunger like so, as far as it'll go, and again we're going to extract the ink into the bowl. So I'm going to press down on the plunger again, and there you have it. Lots of ink coming out of the pen. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to screw the plunger back on as far as it'll go. I'm going to put that little bowl to one side so we don't spill it, and I'm just going to give it a quick wipe. Now what I'm going to do off camera, once I've shown you this, I'm going to flush it a few more times with clean water so the pen has been fully flushed and it's fully clean inside and it's ready for the new owner. As I said, somebody is going to have a beautiful pen, a lovely writer. So what we're going to do is find a new owner for this beautiful pen. Once again, I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoy showing them to you. As I said, this beautiful Onoto, the pen, will be looking for a new home, so don't be shy, leave a comment. But for now, I'll just simply say bye bye for now.